Kia rei te whānau. Ko ni te taku ingo I te taha tōku pāpa ko te aitanga hauti I te taha tōku māma ko ngā te tiata. My kōrero is in reference to the 4 principles deriving from the mātauranga Māori. A couple that I'd love to talk about is the mana mokopona. Making sense of that with the children, making sense with the children, that they are the centre of what we are learning about, how we're growing, and their ideas matter in our learning, is vital for their engagement, and it is also vital for our world, so that they are able to make sense of their world around them, and also where they place in the world. Quite often, our children feel that they have no place, and if they're taught from a young age that they are vital to this world, to education, then they understand that they are able to apply and implement ideas. Their ideas matter. Rangatiratanga was another one. Education that is unique to the individual. In my class, I love to provide opportunities for my students to excel in areas that they would like to have a go at, they would like to have a try. We, last term 1, although there has been a lot of disruptions due to COVID, we have tried to implement different areas where some of our students get an opportunity to do those talents that they would like to have a go at, or some of them have tried things that they didn't realise that they could do. 2 examples. One example is I have a group of students who are learning Māori art, but going further than just drawing a picture, understanding what it means and making connections to how they feel, and then eventually providing their interpretation. What on earth am I talking about? So they're doing pictures on atua, and so they've been practicing drawing different atua according to different other impressions from different artists and different pictures that they've seen. They've learnt about the atua, they've learnt the tikanga behind that atua, and then they have come up with their own impressions. Some of the impressions they have are very abstract, and it's because they've seen the atua in colours rather than a specific form or place. And so they are completing a mural for our hall up on the wall that depicts atua through the vision of colour, and it's very abstract, so much so that I have said to them that they need to explain their understanding, and we're going to put it beside the atua, because I can see many people going, oh, what's that? But if you knew the story and the tikanga that they've been taught about that particular atua, you can see where their thinking has come. And so capturing those thoughts provides them with an education where they understand that they can use one idea that they've learnt or seen, and they can synthesize it with their own idea to be able to provide their interpretation and understanding of tirohanga Māori. Toi tū te mana, it's vital. It's vital that our children know where they come from and who their ancestors are, and that they are a representation of their people and their ancestors, and the skills and the talents that their ancestors have, and the beautiful land that they come from. And then being able to use that understanding to help them overcome challenges. So quite often we would use whakatauki from our ancestors, and then we would make meaning of, so how does that relate to today? How can that help me overcome the challenges that I have right now? And because there is so much richness in our understandings and our perspective, this is so easy to find. And our students quite often refer to it now because it's just become normalized in our class. For example, when someone might accidentally say something not nice to some other people, I know it doesn't happen in your guys' classrooms, but it does happen once in a while in ours, you would hear someone say, e patutero, e patutearero, pai kare. And then everyone would stop and go, oh yeah, okay, right. But we've noticed when we've said it outside our classroom that quite a few people have asked us, quite a few students have asked my students, what are you saying and why do you say it then? And they've been able to explain. So understanding and constantly making connections to our hapu and our iwi is vital for our students, mana and Māori, in education. And whanaungatanga. Whew. Well, that's quite a heavy one, that value. But I think we see whanaungatanga best not when we're sitting learning the word or we're discussing the meaning. We see it in those moments where support is needed or help is needed and other students step up to the plate and they go beyond helping that person and supporting. One particular example in my class was in the last day of school, actually 2 weeks before the last day of school, my students noticed that Anzac was again in the school holidays. And they wanted to celebrate Anzac Day because I may have said quite a few times that if it wasn't for those ancestors, we wouldn't have the beautiful, safe country we currently live in. We may be in the same problems that other countries are currently experiencing right now. And so we should always remember them. And so they came up with an idea that we do a school assembly. Now, as the rest of the world has already known, COVID has isolated us, separated us, and also made us it's made us this type of people where exclusion and keep to yourself is vital for your well-being. But the laws changed halfway through that second week, week 8. And my students wanted to be able to celebrate as a school. And we came together as a school to celebrate Anzac Day. They also recognised, because we have many students in our school, none in my class, many students in our school that are of the Muslim faith. And we know that Ramadan finished in the middle of the school holidays. So they also organised a can collection for those families that are celebrating Ramadan to have kai when they finish and to be able to celebrate their sacrifices that they made through Ramadan, thinking about those people in need. Whanaungatanga isn't just a word that we use or a process. It's our inner being. It's a part of us. And in Aromatawai, we should make sure that it's a part of Aromatawai as well, that we use it, we observe it not just when they're doing a test, but also in their work and their interactions with others. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.